Hi, this is Eric Martin with Board Game Geek. We're here with designer-publisher Chris Bollinger of Ludically, looking at Four Gods. This is a prototype artwork, not final design here, but we're going to look at this coming out in mid-2016. I think that's the goal. 2 to 4 player, real-time, tile-laying, world-building game.
Exactly.
Yes, I know. I played this once already. Now we get to play again. We'll see what we do here. But people need to know how to play.
Okay, so I'm going to explain. So as I said, the game is called Four Gods because we are going to play some Four Gods, if we are 4 players. At the beginning of the game, we are neutral, meaning that we are not any of those 4 gods that you see here. God of the plains, God of the dwarf and the mountains, God of the elves in the forest, and God of the merfolk in the sea. At the beginning, we are neutral gods. There's more than 100 tiles in there. And there's 64 squares here, so 8 by 8. And we're going to draw 2 tiles. Why 2 tiles? Because we have 2 hands, and we can have 1 tile in each hand, and they're both sided. So we can look at them, and we're going to all together start building the frame. Okay? The rules is that each tile has to touch minimum 2 sides, straight sides, because you will see after that we build cities. So for example, if I'm in this situation, here I cannot build because this is not a straight side. Also here, even though this is not good, I will never be able to build because I need to touch 2 sides. So we're going to start in the corner, but this is not my corner. If I want, I can go play there. If she had put that and go on there, and she can play here and anywhere. If there are tiles that you cannot place or do not want to place, you will see after why you wouldn't want to place a tile, then you put them in your discard pile.
Oh.
And your discard pile is made of up to 10 tiles.
Oh, okay.
When you have 10 tiles in your discard pile, you cannot draw anymore. How do we draw? To draw, it's simple as 1, 2, 3. You need 2 hands. One to grab the bag, the other one to get inside.
Okay.
So you can draw only when your 2 hands are empty, meaning that you either placed your tiles inside the frame or you placed your tiles in your discard pile. Talking about those discard piles, you can look at them anytime you want. Of course, you have to have 1 free hand at least. If you have 2 tiles, you're stuck, okay? And you look, and if there's one you feel you can fit like here, because you have to respect the puzzle, then you can take it back. But more than that, I can go and look at the tiles of my opponents, see what they have and flip them. And if I found one that I can fit like he did, he take it and places it. It's not hers.
If you want to. If you don't have to.
Our hand is made of what we have in hand and what's in the discard pile of everybody. So around the end of the game, we could be at 40 tiles.
Can't do that.
And since there are, no, you can't do that because you have to touch 2. So at the end of the game, our hands could be made of 40 tiles because there could be 10 at each player's. Okay? So we go on like that. At some point, one player is going to look at the game and say, even though I'm neutral, now it seems like there's a lot of mountains if I look at where we are right now. It's quite early, but I could decide, say, hey, there's a lot of mountains, I'm going to be the dwarf god. Right now, I'm not neutral anymore. What's counting for me is that I want to have more mountains than anything else on this map. Because at the end, when we're going to score, and all the scoring is represented here, we're going to count whoever has the biggest kingdom, and me, I'm going to count the mountains. And then whoever has the maximum numbers of different little kingdoms, and for me again the mountain is going to count. But on top of that, when I selected the god, I also received this little box with 10 prophets in it. And every time I place a new tile, I have to decide if I want to place a prophet on it or not, because I have only 10, so I have to use them very carefully. But when I place a prophet, I have to decide if I want to place it, for example here on the plain or on the sea, knowing that the prophets in the scoring system enters here. I didn't explain you the city yet, it's going to come right after. And a prophet is going to score as many points as the size of this sea at the end, this kingdom of sea. So let's say this kingdom of sea is 10 tiles. If I'm alone on it, I'm going to score as many free tiles of sea that there is in this kingdom. So because I'm on it, 10 minus 1, that makes 9. So we count like that. If, for example, Eric is with me in there, okay, in this big kingdom, so we are both on it. We are both going to score not 9 but 8 now because we are occupying 2 squares.
And then if I come in as well, then
you're going to score. But if Eric comes in with 2 prophets because he places another one somewhere else, then he has the majority and he will score, and him only 7 points because I removed him 1 point. So only the majority player scores the prophet. But if we are equal, we all score. So quickly, when you place your tiles, you have to decide, do I want to put a prophet? And if I put one, on which type of land I want to put it. It's not because I'm the king, the god of the dwarves. that I have to place my prophets in the mountain. I can place them on any ground I want. I send my prophets, prophesizing the religion of the dwarf in the merfolk countries. That's quite normal, okay? So this is for the prophet. The legendary cities. Legendary cities can be built, and they have to touch again two sides, here or there. You build a legendary city when you think that no tile can come in there. You think. Because it's been not turns, because there's no turn, we all play together. It's been like minutes that nobody could place there. You looked everywhere and you couldn't find the tile. Maybe it's recto verso, both sides, it's on another side or whatever. So you build a city and you place one of your guy on it. There's 8 cities, you pick one up whenever you want. And 2 or 3, or you can even build 4 cities at a time if you want to. I call them legendary cities, making reference to Pompeii or Atlantis, who got destroyed, because if the god in front of me find the right tile that goes there, and he's gonna look for it. This might take him some time. Maybe it's here now. So if she finds the right tile, she can do a cataclysm and destroy this legendary city like Atlantis or Pompeii. So she's gonna show, this goes here. She smashes my prophet population is died, and I never get it back. And she gets the city for her. Of course, it's not a good thing, but as a god, what she did is going to stay in history books forever, so it's not something, little, and that's 5 victory points for her at the end. If she didn't do that, and if at the end of the game I'm still on my city, then I will score 5 victory points for every city I own, or every city I crushed. Okay? We saw that. I explained to you almost everything. The only thing, about the city. There are still 2... Circumstances, thank you, Eric. Where you're sure that your city will never be smashed. For example, if leading to a certain square, like here, there's 4 types of terrains, like mountain, sea, forest, and plain. There is no tile with 4 terrains on it. So if you place a city here, you are totally sure that nobody will never smash it.
Because then I'm not going to be able to build it.
Yeah, it doesn't exist. Second possibility, because it builds from there and come here, so we go from the corner. If you have 2 angles opposite like that, with 2 different type of terrain, there's no tile splitting diagonally here. So here you could build a city on this side and also another one on the other side, because they never will be smashed. So it's also a game where you try to look for the special spots with the circumstances that you need to be sure that you will never be smashed. The game ends when the map is filled, or the bag is empty, or in very special cases, especially at 3 players, neither of us wants to draw or place anything. We all say, I don't want to do anything anymore, I pass, you pass, we all pass, then we go to the scoring. If the game finishes when the map is filled, or the bag is empty, then we all get, at 4 player we get 2 minutes. There's an hourglass there that we should put out. It's for another variant that I will explain to you later. We have 2 minutes to either try to finish filling up the map, if we finish with the bag, or smash the cities if the map was full. So we're looking at the end to try to smash some cities of the others. Especially because it's at the end that we rush for the cities to fill up the empty spots. How do we score at the end? We're going to use the 4 guys that I put aside here. We're going to start with the cities, remove the prophets on the cities, count the cities that have been smashed, and 5, 10, blah, blah, count for the score for everybody. Then we're going to do for the prophets, this kingdom, who's on it, who has the majority? It's Eric, he gets so many points. We remove all the prophet in this area, and we go kingdom by kingdom. When we finish counting the prophet scores, the map is flat, there's no more prophets on it. Then we go for the gods' influence. So I'm the dwarf, I'm going to count my biggest dwarf kingdom and say, it's 10 tiles. I have the forest, I have 12. She has 13, he has 15. He has the biggest kingdom, he's going to score 15 points. You're the second, you're going to score 10 and 5. This is the same, but same way, but not for the biggest one, but whoever has the most little kingdoms. Forest, there's 1 so far, because the kingdom is minimum 2 tiles. So that wouldn't be a kingdom. So that will continue.
Mountain has 2 here.
Mountain has 2 yet. So I have 7, yes, and we score 15, 10, and 5.
Water also has 2.
Yeah. Okay. And here you got everything. Before we start, I just want to tell you about the variants. Here we are playing these tokens. The game has 6 different variants to play. Okay. So here we play simultaneously, meaning that all our hands are going to go on the table at the same time. No timer, no hourglass. We all play together. The other variant is, I would say, and don't take it bad, the German, they don't really like chaos, everything that goes simultaneously. They want to be concentrated. And when we all play together, sometimes can generate problems. but small ones. Like you placed something wrong and I didn't see, and I'd see it after. Then we're going to remove it. Say, hey, whoever placed that was you. You can okay. You take it back. If we don't know who took it, then you go to the discard. If we don't know who placed that, then we put it back in the draw bag. Okay. When you play with this variant, we have a timer. I have 30 seconds to do whatever I want. Nobody touches nothing.
Because
I
you
draw.
noticed the mistake.
No,
We can watch the mistakes.
Okay.
One of you probably will be watching the hourglass because you're going to play next.
Right.
But they're going to control what I'm doing and all. And I can draw, I can discard, I can look at your draw, at your discard pile, I can place profit, I do whatever I want. But when you say up, finished, then it's your turn. Okay? When it's your turn, I can look at my tiles, but if you come on my side looking at my tiles, I have to let you do.
Okay.
So with this version, there is no simultaneity, there's no problems at all, there's no blah. For me, it's less fun. It doesn't go faster because the particularity of the game is that the more player you are, the faster it goes. If you play with that, this is good. Okay, so I suggest this variant.
Yes.
The second variant is that we play with all the gods visible, meaning that we are choosing our gods anytime we want in the game. The second variant is that we distribute those gods face down. So it's particularly more interesting, this one, when you play two players. Because there's two gods that are neutral and are trying to catch out who you are. So, and then there's for 2 players and 4 players tells you how many counters. So this variant is if you can play 2 players using the 4 gods, like having 2 colors, playing 2 gods at a time, or with only, and it tells you how many profits you should leave in the box. That's it. So we're playing visible all together, and we have 4 players. We have 10 profits each in there, and that's it. So we can go.
Thanks very much for the overview, Chris.